Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and like my colleagues, I'm grateful that we're having this important discussion today. Social Security, as has been said, is, if not one of the greatest anti-poverty programs in our nation. And as my colleague from New York pointed out, for all of us, I think we have our personal stories. For me, it's very personal. My grandparents depended on Social Security. My grandmother Molly could not have survived without it. She created a big family. She was one of 6 kids. She had 6 children. All of us had as a family take care of each other. But her children, my aunts and uncles, could not survive today without Social Security. Her youngest son, my Uncle Stephen, was diagnosed with Parkinson's at age 37. He's 75 today. Social Security disability has allowed him to provide for his family. My cousins were able to go to college, to grow into the adults that they are because of the support that Social Security provided. My colleague from Texas, Mr. Arrington, noted that the seniors are counting on us. I want to take that a step further. Yes, indeed, the seniors are counting on us. The baby boomers are counting on us. But the Gen Xers are also counting on us, and my kids' generation, the millennials, are counting on us. The very idea of working for a lifetime and having the confidence of a future secure and dignified retirement is what we're talking about here, and every generation is counting on us to figure that out. But I also want to emphasize that our small businesses are also counting on us. Social Security is a safety net for small business. It provides insurance and retirement benefits so they can operate their business. Many entrepreneurs could not afford the insurance Social Security provides in the market. Social Security allows entrepreneurs to take risks, to pursue their dreams, to grow our economy, and to create jobs. Let me go back for a second to the generations. This is a watershed year. This year, there are now more millennials than there are baby boomers. Ms. Brezina, like you, I'm a parent of millennials. My boys are 24 and 26, early stages of their careers. I hope and I'm actually confident that my wife and I have done, I think, a pretty good job teaching them the values that will carry them forward in life. Top among those is the value of taking responsibility for themselves, for their personal decisions, but also for their future. And that includes saving for retirement. So it's Ms. Altman, I'll start with you. What % of workers today have access, if you know this, to a defined benefit or a defined contribution plan?
Well, to a defined benefit plan, it's fallen to about 13% in the private sector. A larger percentage have defined contribution plans, although the amounts in them are pitifully small and will not support anyone for more than a year or two in retirement.
So Social Security is part of that overall package. Again, this idea of teaching our kids this self-reliance and personal responsibility, contributing into their Social Security and the part that their employers get, that's part of the package, the compensation, as you said, workers' compensation, that allows them to have the confidence of the secure retirement, correct?
That's right. The 2100 Act is really most beneficial to millennials and younger because they're the ones that are going to rely on Social Security the most, and it expands their benefits.
Okay. So, as we think about it, these millennials, now this biggest generation alive today, they start retiring in about 30 years. And I'll start with Mr. Goss, but anyone can answer this. If we don't do anything, if this committee falls short of making the decisions to secure Social Security, what's going to happen to their retirement compared to what their parents, the baby boomers, are receiving today?
Well, if you look at the level of benefits that their parents are receiving today compared to what their prior earnings were, and look at that sort of ratio, we call it a replacement rate. If you look at what will happen to the millennials 30 years from now when they retire, if we don't do something, and the scheduled benefits are dropped by 20 to 25%, they will have 20 to 25% less purchasing power relative to what they were used to in their working years as compared with where their parents are now.
So I know others have said that we're putting this burden, by the conversation we're having and some of the ideas we're batting around, would put a great burden on young millennials. In action, it seems to me, is going to put a great burden on young millennials. Is that a fair statement?
I think so. I guess a way of characterizing it perhaps is, you get what you pay for. And if we do not increase payroll taxes, then we will have to be receiving 25 to 33% less benefits in the future. than have been scheduled in the law. So if you want to maintain the scheduled benefits at the levels our American people have gotten used to, we simply are going to have to put more money into the payroll tax structure one way or the other.
I'm out of time, but as a prerogative, as a Navy dad, Mr. Castle, I just want to say to you, thank you for your service. And for you and all who put a uniform on and serve this for our nation, we need to make sure we get this taken care of.
Thank the gentleman.